I've got some fun Easter DIYs that you can do for pennies on the dollar. I'm Jamie, the crafty DIY guy. Welcome back to my channel. All right, you guys know I'm super excited about today's project, so we're just going to jump right into them. Stay tuned for a message at the end. Now with my first DIY here, we are going to take some of these essentials. They're kind of like organization. You can put them in your bathroom. You can do a lot of cool things with them. And we've got a couple dowel rods and then this Happy Easter sign from Dollar Tree. And we're also going to use a bunch of candy. All of this candy also did come from the Dollar Tree, and as you can see, I like variety. I have a lot of different types. Now the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and remove the plastic from our kind of organizers here. And what I'm going to be doing is we're going to keep one organizer with the lid intact, and then the other two organizers we're actually going to put the lid aside. Now, to create this kind of candy station that I'm going to be doing here, we are actually going to be using hot glue. And the reason why I'm using hot glue is because you can take your heat gun to it after you have kind of created your Easter candy stand, and you can melt that glue and you can kind of pull that glue off of these. So you can use this again very, very easily. This is a great way to kind of recycle and reuse these organizational bins for exactly what you're wanting to do. Now, again, putting those lids aside for those two, we've got two layers here that we're kind of glue together. And to do that, we're literally just going to glue them together, just like I said. Now there's a little strip there at the top that you can add a fairly generous amount of hot glue to, and that will help keep everything intact. Now, if you wanted something a little more sturdy, you could certainly add some popsicle sticks and different things like that to help brace this. Also, if you wanted to make this like a full-time candy stand, go ahead and paint it. Paint it with some spray paint and, enjoy it. Now, my dowel rods are a little bit too long, so I am going to cut them down. And I literally just kind of eyeballed it. Now, the dowel rods we are going to glue on the back side of our candy station here. You can kind of see it's kind of like a little stadium seating. And what I like about this too is because of the middle layer, or that top layer, is glued on top of the box down below. That's where you can keep extra candy. That way you can keep everything nice and full looking, and then you have an area to kind of replenish with. So simply take your dowel rods, you're going to add a generous amount of hot glue onto those, and again, you're just going to glue these directly onto those kind of acrylic boxes. And again, if you want to recycle this, you want to use this for another project, all you have to do is heat up that glue. You could change this out even. You could make a seasonal candy stand and have one for every single season. For my Easter sign, I did separate those. I'm only going to use the Easter portion, and then of course the adorable bunny. And laying this down on its backside, you can kind of see where the signs could be. You can totally eyeball this. And I am just kind of starting those at the, not quite the base of where the acrylic box starts, but going up a little bit higher. And then again, I'm just adding hot glue here. I'm totally eyeballing this. You can do this if you want to have exact measurements and make it precise. Totally up to you. The great thing also is while that glue is still warm, you can kind of adjust your sign accordingly. And I'm just kind of sticking my thumbs down there in the bottom of it and just making sure that that's at the size that I want. And then the Easter bunny sits kind of almost perfectly on top of here. If you wanted to even overlap the bunny to let him cover that Easter sign, you could definitely do that as well. And if you really wanted to keep all three of the elements of that original sign intact, you could have used just the longer dowel rods. I didn't really like it that high. I did think about doing that at one point, but I'll recycle and I'll reuse that part of that sign for another project. Now, again, centering your bunny, you can see how his feet kind of hug each edge of that Easter sign. And the great thing about using hot glue with something like this is that it dries really, really fast. And now the fun part, creating that Easter candy kind of dish. It's not really a dish because it's a lot of candy. However, fill it up with your favorite Easter candy, with your kids' favorite candy. This could be something you put out on the countertop when they come home from school. especially leading up to Easter. It's such a fun way to just kind of display some candy and fill it with your favorites. These strawberry candies were my grandmother's favorites, so I always get those. And then we've got some jelly beans and different things, and it is so adorable. I love the way this turned out. I think it's the perfect setting for my tablescape. Now for this next DIY, I grabbed this adorable beaded bunny kind of wreath. You can totally make one of these with those dollar store wreaths if you wanted to. This I got on like a 60% off sale, I think, for the Easter stuff, so it really wasn't that expensive. I think I got this at, it was either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I'm going to take an oversized kind of burlap bow. I've got some boxwoods here, and I'm just going to cut these off of the stems. Now, I did get my boxwoods from Amazon, and they are linked in my Amazon store down in the description box below. I really like working with boxwoods. I have found boxwood also at Dollar Tree before, so totally you can get them either way. The great thing about the burlap bow, it's got this kind of twisty tie on the back here, and I'm going to use that to my advantage because, again, I want to be able to recycle this bow, use it for something else. I definitely want to be able to recycle those boxwood stems, and with this, I'm just able to kind of stick the boxwood pieces just kind of under the wire there, which is so great because it's going to hold it in place, and it's also going to allow me to be able to reuse this. Now, just make a nice full kind of batch of your boxwood, and then the great thing about that zip tie or that little twisty tie that's on there is that you can just twisty tie it right onto your wreath form. Again, if you wanted to take the Dollar Tree beaded wreath forms, take 2 of them, bend them, take one, leave it as a circle, obviously, bend it to create the ears. You could have one of these beaded wreaths really, really easily. And then just kind of fluff out your bow. Now, when I was doing this and I was looking at it, I thought that this was super, super cute. I did really like this. However, I switched my bow to the top between the ears, and I love it so much more. I think this is super, super adorable. I love the way this looks, and I cannot wait to put it on my front door for Easter. Now this next DIY is going to be super easy. I grabbed this wreath form from Target's Dollar Spot, and I found this galvanized bunny. Now this galvanized bunny did come from Michael's, I believe, but I've seen these galvanized shapes at Dollar Tree that have these kind of wood pieces on top of them. I don't know if I've seen a bunny or not, but they definitely have some different bunnies. And think about taking like one of those galvanized squares, putting your bunny shape or your wood shape on top of it, and then kind of getting some tin snips, cutting around it. You could totally do this yourself. Now with this bunny, I did keep the string or that twine that was on top of the bunny because that's what I'm going to use to hang this with. And I'm just adding some hot glue. I'm going to add some hot glue at the top, and it holds really well, actually. The kind of twine that the little wreath form is made out of is kind of fuzzy, if that makes sense. And then just play around with your, in my case, it's these lamb's ear pieces. One of them fell off. I will glue that one back on. It was so funny. Could you tell? It was stuck to a glue string, and I went to pull it away, and it like snapped back into place. How funny is that? And again, you're just kind of playing around with this. Manipulate it, squeeze it, do all the things. And look how cute this is. This is such a cute, cute statement for Easter. Love the way this turned out. Now, I know there are some adorable Easter bags and baskets and things at Dollar Tree, but we're going to customize our own here. We're going to take these kind of burlappy bags that you can get at Dollar Tree in the Crafter Square section. We're also going to take this kind of felt DIY bunny, and then I did have a Happy Easter kind of cricket stencil that I used. Not a stencil, it's a sticker and a piece of vinyl, and we're going to add that as well. Now the great thing about this bunny is that all of the pieces that come in this bunny are already cut for you, with the exception of ones that are on that big pink kind of piece that you see there, but you just have to pop them out. They're already cut, they just didn't separate them from, and just follow this little guide. So we are doing this in warp speed. Very, very easy to do this, especially when you've got the kind of designs already cut out for you. You could obviously make this your own using those shapes as your forms, if anything. And we're just going to assemble our bunny. We're going to create the cutest bunny. I've always loved this bunny. Have always wanted to be able to do something with it. Didn't quite know what I wanted to do with it just yet. And when I saw these bags, I thought that this would be perfect. Now we're going to glue this on the back. By the way, all of those pieces do have an adhesive back to them, so you don't have to use hot glue if you don't want to. I just wanted this to hold up better. Now I'm going to take my vinyl decal here. You could use paint markers, you could use paint pens, and I'm just going to add it to this bag. Now this bag kind of looks like it's a burlappy bag, but it's really not. It's kind of like a plasticky color or coated burlap. So what's really cool about it is it will adhere, like stickers stick really good to it. Iron-ons have not had a lot of great success with them because it tends to melt the bags. But if you have stickers, if you have probably even rub-on transfers or a decal like this, you can easily make this your own. And look at this. I've got the cutest custom little Easter bag. You could put names on there. There's so many fun things you can do with this. Now this next DIY is probably more spring. It's definitely not an Easter DIY, but it definitely kind of leads to the temperatures and everything that we've got coming up. Take a Dollar Tree vase, take a Dollar Tree solar light, and you're going to take some of these Dollar Tree dessert cups that you can get kind of like in the entertaining kind of area. They come in a 12 pack. You're not going to need 12. You're just going to need one. However, you can obviously use those for desserts at your Easter table. You can put candy in them. You could glue them on top of each other and create little kind of egg shapes. So a lot of fun things you can do with them. Take one of your, what I'm calling now my lampshade, and we're going to add it to the top of our solar light. Now you've got these kind of 4 points where you don't see the, where you don't have any kind of connection with the actual solar panel there at the top. So go ahead and just add some of your hot glue. Now, fun fact about some of these Dollar Tree solar lights, you can actually charge these during the day in your house. So if you wanted to kind of have this as like a little accent lamp in the bathroom, or you wanted to use this outside on your deck or your front porch, you could absolutely do this. Take some glue, add it to the top of your vase, and look how perfect these solar lights fit inside of that little vase. Clean up any of your glue and you've got the cutest little accent lamp. This is kind of what it looks like at dark or at night. The camera's not perfect with that, but I love this so much.